What's up? What's up? What's up? It's your man Chaz Ellis once again giving you the information that you asked me for. A question that I got on Facebook, on Ask Chaz Ellis on Facebook was, how long should I wait to introduce my partner to my children? So I went on ahead and I actually asked that question on Facebook, and I got a lot of different responses. So here's mine. If you want to check out how that conversation went, how that dialogue was, go ahead and go on Facebook to Ask Chaz Ellis. You can look at all the different questions that I've asked other people in discussions that we've had. Anyway, I heard a lot of different people say different things. Some people said anywhere from a year to the day you meet the person. And some people were in between with, like, some said 6 months, some said 3 months. So it was about 6 to 3 months was pretty much about what most people said. For me, I don't really think it's a time limit thing. As much as it is when you feel like you're really interested in this person or starting to become interested. It's not something where you got to just say, like, I know this person so well that I want to introduce them to my kids. Because in reality, you don't really know everybody your kids meet. I mean, your kids know the janitor at the local elementary school on a first name basis. I bet you don't know him. You know, and think about it. The only background check he probably went through to become a janitor at the local elementary school was the same one you could put a regular person through if you so chose to. We live in the information age. Anything you want to know about somebody, you know, you throw a couple dollars at it and go on the internet, and you can pretty much find out what anybody else would. So it's not a situation where you have to just know the person so well before they meet your children, because you don't have to bring that person to your house. You could do a thing where you set up a meeting with the person, like, hey, I want you to meet my children. We're going to go to the mall or some public area, and, you know, we just do a thing where you accidentally bump into me, you know, like we friends from work or whatever the case may be. So there's a lot of different ways you could have somebody meet your children without necessarily going through the process of having them come to your house and meet your kids. So I say, as soon as you're interested in a person, you should have them meet the kids. You know, because, and here's why. Because what a lot of people do is they start this relationship for like 5, 6 months, and then all of a sudden they want to try to incorporate their children. Well, what's happened is that you developed a relationship that is a complete lie. It is a totally different relationship than the one that you'll have once you incorporate your children. For instance, the only time they're seeing you is when you could either pay somebody to be your babysitter, or when the kids are over their mom or dad's house, and you don't have them involved. So the relationship you're developing is basically they're getting all of your attention, and not having to worry about your children, who are a major, major part of your life. So I think for that reason, you're kind of putting yourself in a position where you're going to have to change the nature of your relationship. And that sucks, because now you guys have built this great relationship and you're really in love with this person, right? I love enough that you're going to go ahead and introduce them to your kids. But here's what you find out. They don't like your doggone kids. And the way y'all relationship works when you have your kids is wrong for them or annoying for them. After you done put all this energy and effort into introducing them, into waiting so long to introduce them to your children. You built this relationship, and now you're watching it fall apart, which makes you more upset than you would have been if you just went on ahead and introduced them to the kids kind of up front. It's not like you want people coming into your kid's life and then walking out. I understand that, but you also want to make sure that your kids do have some say in the person that you pick for their life. And you can't do that on some Johnny come lately. I'm already in love with this person. I already really, really care about this person. Okay, hey kids, now it's your time to meet this person. And whether you say you care about them or not, kids aren't as dumb as you might think they are. Just because they're little doesn't make them dumb. They can sense that you have an investment in that person. Like, even as a kid, you know the difference between mom or dad meeting somebody that they really, really like and talking to somebody just a friend from work. You know, you can kind of sense the difference. So when you're dealing with a person, you have to remember that before you make this great investment and put all this pressure on that first meeting, make sure that it's not that you know that they're gonna like your kids. So just like I said, maybe go to a mall or go to a store, a fair, anything, and just have them interact with your kids for a couple minutes, and you can kind of say, okay, well, yeah, that seemed cool. And then, if they have children, you can just kind of incorporate them into your relationship with your children. And all you got to do that is really like, you go to Chuck E. Cheese, you go to a park, you go to Dave and Buster's, somewhere like that. And if they have children, they bring their children along. So it's really just about the kids and not really about y'all two. And, because of course you're going to have your kids play with other people. You're going to have your kids play with the friends of other kids. I mean, with your friends' kids. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't have to know that person super well to be like, hey, you want your kid to come play with my child. Like, you go to your child's school and meet somebody. You don't even really know that person that well or really even like that person that much. Because it's not about you. It's about their kids. And you're like, hey, my kids are going to go to the playground this Saturday. Do you want to come and bring your children along? That way your kids get to interact with other people. So it doesn't have to be all about them coming in and being some major part of your child's life immediately. What it is I want to see how you interact with children. I want to see how you interact with my children. And if you have children, I want to see how you interact with yours before I decide that I love you or I really care about you or I really like you. Also, you want to make sure that when your children are incorporated into the relationship, that they're still interested. Because like I said before, they go from getting all of your attention to not really getting any of your attention. Or when you're with your kids, not getting as much of your attention. You chasing kids around and telling them to sit down. Sit your ass down, Junebug. And sorry. You tell a Junebug to sit down the whole time, and they don't really feel like, they're getting them as much of your attention as they would have been. So when you introduce somebody to your kids, try to do that right away. Not the first day or anything like that, but when you really feel like you're interested in this person and it's somebody that you would want to stick around, that's when you make sure you introduce them to your children. See how they interact with them. Start doing things that involve your children just to see how they would react to that situation. Hopefully I was able to help you out. Once again, it's your man, Chaz Ellis. If you want to get involved in these discussions, go to askchazzellis on Facebook.com. Also, look out for the Chaz Ellis Project. I'm filming it right now, so you're going to see episodes of that for that coming in April. Also, be looking out for the website. That's coming in April also. So, look out for the Chaz Ellis Project. If you know anybody that needs to see this video because they may be having the same situation, let them see it. Show it to them. Don't be selfish. Let them see the video so you can share it with somebody. Also, like and subscribe. Peace.